Alrighty, welcome back, boys and girls. It's your main math analyst Shank, coming to you live from Walker Grant Middle School, and we're going to close out this week doing this simple two-step inequality. So it says solve the following inequality, and then it has 5 is less than or equal to negative 4x minus 7. Again, always do your inverse operations, and so we're going to add 7 to both sides. Again, I show my inverse operations in red, that way it's a little bit easier to understand. On the right side, my 7's cancel out. The negative 4x comes down. On the left side, I have a positive 12. Make sure you can always divide by the coefficient, and so we divide both sides by a negative 4. Since we multiplied or divided by a negative, we have to change the direction of the inequality, and so we have on the right just x, on the left we have negative 3. One last flip, we want to make sure that we can have our variable on the left, and so we're going to say x is less than or equal to negative 3. Again, make sure you're seeing how the inequality symbol is facing. It's saying that the larger amount is that negative 3, so you want to make sure it's still saying that when we rewrite it. When you go to graph it, it will look like this. We're going to have a slide this over a little bit. On negative 3, 1 below, 1 above. We're going to have a closed circle, so we have a filled in line, filled in circle on 3, and then we're going to be, since our arrow is pointing to the left, we're going to have that we're shading in to the left, so we're saying any value less than negative 3 is a solution. And so the last question, it says, is 0 a solution? We would say no. 0 is not a solution. Again, the way to check that is by either looking at your graph of your inequality, and so you're saying any value that we shade in is a possible answer. Another way to check it is we plug in 0. Is this statement, is 0 less than or equal to negative 3? No, it is not. So again, 2 different ways to check to make sure the answer is correct. Again, make sure your name is on, make sure everything's filled out, and turn it in.